Hey guys, Donna Avery here with Visual Testaments, and don't look at me, I know I am an absolute gardening wreck, but the garden is not. So, I have been taking the liberty to add seed. We've been reseeding we tried to do it every couple of weeks. We missed the month of May because our birthdays. So we did March 2nd, April. We did mid-March. We did April. And then we totally fumbled on May. We picked it back up June 1st. We also started seedlings in different areas of the greenhouse, and then we started running with it from there. So we're looking at a 90-day pipeline right now of seeding, and reseeding to get us through, specifically to get us all the way through September. We're planning on getting all the way through December, and then because we have a greenhouse, and then we also have the indoor options that we do. So we're trying to make this all year round, which we believe we will. What we want to show you though is what we've been doing today. There's been a lot of reseeding today, actually. There's been a lot of reseeding last weekend too, but I'll show you. Okay, so obviously we've had these tomato plants for a while. Some of them need to be pruned. But today we added a couple of the yellow straight neck squash that we did, bell peppers, orange and yellow, because I have green on the other side in the platform, the pallets that you've seen. Of course, there's our tomato plants. Now, here I've been seeding straight to ground cauliflower. So this is our first real attempt at it, so we'll see how this goes. That's actually store-bought celery that we cut all the way to the quick, and then it just kept growing once we stuck it in the ground, so we'll see how that goes too. Anyway, Swiss chard, the multicolored and the all white. So we have that growing straight from seed in ground as well. These are actually some spinach that I did. And if you'll notice, the rain spout has been a perfect placement for our tomatoes, and the same one for that downspout of watermelon that's coming out of our front door. We reseeded it. We're learning a lot about watermelon in specific places because it's rather finicky, but we also have some mammoth sunflowers that are going to grow up to where we can see them out that window. And let me show you the garden. Well, let me actually show you. We're going to be using all this area to garden, actually, on one end, just this one side, not directly here. This will be walkway space, but this one area right here. So we're going to be laying some fabric down, that gardening fabric that we bought, and prepping the soil for that. But here is obviously the stuff you've been seeing before, our red romaine and bib lettuce, butter crunch, bib, arugula, some other things we were just messing with in those pots that are prepping, and obviously peas, green beans, kale. I do have some herbs down there. Some of them are hurting, some of them are doing well. Our peach tree is doing awesome. Some more herbs. The cilantro, starter cilantro had died out, so I replanted, and they're coming up now. Say hello to my little friend that keeps away the mosquitoes. So, as you can see, I've been planting flower pots too, but let me show you the greenhouse. and the vision for the greenhouse. Oh, you guys know what that means for us. HelloFresh is one of our best friends. Okay. I've given away quite a few cucumbers because this guy right here loves to mass produce. He's got little baby ones on there now because I plucked him earlier this morning. These cherry tomatoes are on fire. That is asparagus behind there, and a nice little bee, so we'll leave him alone. Wasp. I've got something planted there, and you would know. I'm wanting to say it's green beans. I don't know. The seeds are coming up, so we'll see. Okay. I've got onions in the greenhouse. That's a ton of spinach. I know you guys have seen that already. That's like overgrown spinach. I'm seeding broccoli and beans. But I'm gonna have this greenhouse slam packed with seedlings here in a couple of weeks. Sweet potato, cherry tomato. Our jalapeno guys, they're doing well. Green beans, jalapenos, tomato, actually some Better Boy hybrids are in there, and a ton of cucumbers. So they're doing well. They're latching on pretty well. Okay. I know our gladiolas are like all shot up. They are doing so well. They've been showing us so many colors. Our irises. Oh, here. Okay, here we've got some watermelon. But here, on that whole back, we did corn that I had pre-seeded. So that'll grow up really tall against the house, obviously. And then we'll have watermelon in front of it. Can you tell? We are watermelon lovers. Yes. So, muscadines. The winery of the South. So, our muscadines. Oh, and you've got to see how pretty my little flowers are. These girls have been doing so well. These are, I'm so excited for them to pop up. Those are our peonies. And then this viner is going up really well. Look at him. He's found that chain and he's going to go up, and around to meet another set of viners that we got. These are actually, I got these in Virginia. These are Mexican flame vining plants. They'll come out really orange or red, and they're vining really well. Let me show you the other one. He's looking for something to vine to, so that's him. And then we got this vining rose bush. After falling in love, in Virginia actually, after falling in love with, I've got to pick that up. After falling in love with the vining rose bush that was in the Virginia, Norfolk Botanical Gardens. Our sunflowers. I reseeded some in between, so they're growing. But this shows you they're getting ready. Okay, so now for the garden. We have our aromas, our red potatoes, which are actually doing really well in the potato bags. In that gate over there, that that dog fence, that dog gate that we used with black bags with strawberries. So nothing can get to them. Well, not much. Watermelon, of course. 3 layers of green beans, different types. Let me go in here and show you. There's actually reseeded watermelon too. So we're going to be having some more as each level pops up. There's different ones that we seeded every so often. This is carrots that we just seeded a week or 2 ago. The babies. Okay, but these are zucchini, yellowneck squash, again, which I think one of these has, yeah, he's coming up. And he's about to come up too. Carrots, more carrots. That little pile right there actually is milk thistle. More tomato plants. That pallet is seeding onions. That pallet is seeding okra, carrots, and beets. There's on the outer edge tiny little seeds popping up next to the wood there, which are tomatoes. And right here is the gray zucchini, different stages. More squash. And this is cucumber. So that's taking off, as are the different stages of cucumber. All of them, if you look, they're squash, cucumber, zucchini. And then on the outskirts, there's tomatoes. Now, I want to show you what we did. You've seen some of what we've done in the past 2 weeks. Obviously, the little baby stuff, little baby watermelons seeded up 2 weeks ago, now coming out. But today we just did this row of corn seeded to the ground. So that, and I'll show you the extra rows of corn that we had already planted. Oh, and if you'll notice, we have a solar light there that's very helpful if we want to stay out here at night and plant a little later. But I'll show you. This is obviously our 3-point turn. Some of it, anyway, some of the parking spots. So we have corn here. Okay, that was some of the first ones that we are learning from, and obviously we realized a deer had jumped in and broke some of the stalks. Yeah. Also maybe just some mishaps with whatever critters. But we did reseed behind it, which you'll see they're coming up, reseeded. And then we reseeded again today. Plus, you know, the first section around that I showed you around the corner. So there's like a whole nother L shape of corn. So, chard, corn, cauliflower, strawberries, tomatoes. I'm still trying to get better at broccoli. Pray for me. Muscadines, watermelon, cucumbers, lettuce, arugula, spinach, asparagus, some herbs. So, I think we got a pretty good setup. We're just gonna work right here this coming week. That's the plan, to lay more fabric, and then we're not sure if we're going to go pallets, 6 or 7 pallets down, and in each of those pallets do a seeding, like you saw the onions and the beets, do a seeding of the most common stuff that we eat. This side gets a lot of sun, but it also gets more shade than sun. And in South Carolina, that sun can beat seedlings up, burn them to death. So we've realized that the side we thought was going to be the most harmful, less sun, blah, 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 has actually been the one that's the most helpful. And the other side has been good for the greenhouse and to just start seedlings in as starters and move them quickly within a week or two. So we're getting to where we are learning the layout and what works for which one. Corn obviously loves that other side. Corn loves the sun, so we could plant a ton of corn on the other side, which we still may do. We're probably going to do that this weekend, actually. A lot of corn on the other side, plus more sunflowers. And so we feel like the sunflowers also help with some shade over there. But that other side isn't as... there's one rain barrel on that side, and it doesn't flow up, it flows down, and there's really not much other than that one pallet of cucumbers and jalapenos. So, and they've been doing fine with the rain, but we use that as a backup water source. So with this one, we'll actually be able to attach the water hose that we have and just let it run from the rain barrel as another water source for that center part, because obviously the rain gutters are fine as downspouts for everything else. You guys hear that blue jay? He has been absolutely traumatizing some of the other birds. Anyway, so I hope that gives you a good rundown of what we're doing. We are using, as you see, Miracle-Gro, actually whatever's on sale at the time, garden soil, potting mix. We do a lot of pots to seed start. So since we do a lot of pots and seed starting, we do like the potting mix. It's a big score if it's on sale, to add to the clay dirt, even if it's in ground. But the garden use, any Miracle-Gro is amazing, and black cow fertilizer. So I will say we do have some Epsom salt that we add a little scoop to per gallon, and pour it over. And then we do Scott's fruits and vegetable food. So we have a little bag, about $7 at Lowe's, of Scott's fruits and vegetable food that we pour on there every so often, every 2 weeks, 30 days, update feeding them. So we do add some more of the black cow fertilizer every month or so, and some more garden soil here and there when we reseed, but that's about it. So let us know if you have any questions, or if you have any ideas that'll help us, really help this stuff take off now that you see what we have. But let us know. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you click the notification bell, and comment. Tell us where you're from, and tell us, what area you're living in and what you're growing. We would love to hear from you. Love you guys.